Jnanamulam Gurumurti Pujamulam Gurupadam Mantramulam Guruvakyam Mokshamulam Guru Kripa. Om Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om. Let us take you through learning some of the fundamental about meditation. Last time, we left it at a place. Objective focus is not meditation. It's very important that we understand this point. Most of us are under the impression that no matter what I do with focus. I am so absorbed into my work, so that is meditation for me. Initially, there is nothing wrong in doing so. You can call it a part of dharana, but then dharana has to lead to dhyana. Contemplation has to lead to meditation. But we remain in dharana, and even little worse than dharana, meaning what really happens is we are so absorbed into doing anything, understand, doing and becoming involves mind. And there is nothing we do without reactive mind. Any work that you do, mind is involved in a reactive fashion. And mind is the biggest filter one can have. So there's nothing wrong in doing and working with a fully absorbed mind, but do not fool yourself that you are meditating. And you don't have to argue with anybody else also. Understand, because those who are doing it, they think that they are meditating and they do not want you to change their mind. Here you are not to change your mind. Here is to know within oneself as to what needs to be done. And if you are busy and you like to do and being focused on any object, objective focus, meaning, say, for example, you're working on a computer and you're so focused 10 hours a day or 5 hours a day, then you think that, no, that's my meditation, tough luck. Then be so, because you are not ready, even you're not open enough to understand what the meditation is. So again, to dear friend, I will suggest, and still, you can argue, you can learn what you want to learn. But my suggestion, and I'm trying to explain as the time will go by, as to why objective focus is not meditation. Keep it in mind very well. All right, let me take you through a few slides. This is the one: objective, concentrated focus is not meditation. That's why the slide shows red in color and not capital. That's what we discussed. And now we have to understand some of the characteristics of the mind, which is our next slide. Oops. This is the next. Can you see the next slide? Well, anyway, this is the next slide, which says mind means doing and becoming. This is so important statement that mind is always busy, wants to do something or wants to become something. You are not beautiful, so you're applying makeup and all, or you shave your beard and shape your beard. So you want to become more beautiful. Mind is involved. And anything that you do, mind is involved. Then understand some of the characteristics. The second line says mind means incompleteness, meaning today you are something, you are aiming to become a manager. As soon as you become manager, you want to become a senior manager. You want to become a vice president, then executive vice president, and whatnot. Today, you think that if I get $1 million, I'll be happy. But then as soon as you get million, it is incomplete. No, nowadays million doesn't do much. 10 million, billion keeps on going. So it is always incomplete. Mind means more and new, meaning always mind wants more. That's about to be discussed. And mind wants new. Today I have iPhone 8. Tomorrow come iPhone 10. I want that. But you wanted to have iPhone 10, right? But within few weeks, if iPhone 11 comes, you want iPhone 11, more and new. And mind you, there's nothing wrong. I'm not against iPhone or anything else. All I'm explaining is to how mind wants more and new. These are the characteristics we have to study. Mind means never enough. Incompleteness and never enough go together pretty much. Mind means yesterday and tomorrow. What does it mean yesterday? Either we recollect yesterday or we project for tomorrow. Today I am this, but tomorrow I have to work hard and I want to become the manager. So tomorrow. And yesterday was a horrible day. Yesterday. And even for a second before, give you one simple example. That is, you're doing something, and then you think that if I would have begun this half hour earlier, I would have finished this, would have finished this. So could, would, should, if you can leave it out of your dictionary, particularly should, because that is not enough. I should have done that. I should have completed the task. Should, but you did not. So why you're going back to yesterday? Or I should project well so I can plan my budget well. Should project, meaning in future. Right now, at this very second. And what is that very second here? Now, just a little comparison between the mind and the self. The self activity has been shown in golden color, and the mind we just now studied. So when the mind is busy in doing and becoming, self is just being. Self does not do anything, does not become anything. It is just there. Mind is incompleteness. Here is totality. You're always satisfied. You always feel it is total, it is complete, it is full, it is perfect. Those kind of things come with self. And you would have seen many times at Sarti, we studied this in the form of affirmation. I'm full, I'm complete, I'm total, blah, blah, blah. Um, Mind means more and new. Here it says proper. Whatever it is, whichever way it is all right. It is good. So it's never more than new. Mind means never enough, ever right. It's just the right proportion. And mind means yesterday and tomorrow, not now at this very second. These all, mind you, sometimes some of you wonder why am I not taking you through different techniques of meditation. Techniques of meditation is good, and I will take you to a very profound technique today, a new technique. Here, spiritual path is a singular journey. You are you and you alone, meaning nobody else, not to blame, not to take anybody with you. Sometimes the wife may want husband to join, husband may want wife to join, and particularly a mother wants the child to join. You can inspire them, but do not hold their hands. When you are in the evening or in the morning lighting a lamp, children will be interested in knowing, Mom, what is this? And you don't say, sit here, don't play a game. No, you just do yours, and the child will be so inspired when you are pure at heart. And so is the situation. You do not be the president of the company. You do not fight the election. All the people will be fighting for you, saying that we want you and you only to be our leader. So understand, you and you alone and nobody else. The first one is so beautiful. Blaming is the first and tough obstruction. Ask yourself, I may even ask myself, how often we blame? All the time. But as soon as you blame, that takes you back to the characteristic of mind. That means you are blaming because of whatever happened, so it is past. You are blaming because something is not done right or enough. And once you keep on having it, you will go back to the past enough number of times. You will not accept the current moment. So do not blame any person, any object, or any time, and not even yourself. Sometimes we say, how stupid I am. How can I make that mistake? It means you are blaming yourself. No. It was to happen, move on. And as soon as you move on, you are coming out of the past and you are going into the present. And you are accepting it. Acceptance, act of happening the way it is. Anything that happens, if you may see a child wanted to go to some university, and when he goes to university, you think, oh my God, I hope he would have gone to Berkeley. Why did he choose this? Why did he choose? It happens. You should have guided earlier, if at all. Or let the child make the decision. So acceptance, act of happening, the way it is. you wanted to go, and all of a sudden it started raining. Don't blame rain for you were late, but whatever happened in the cosmos, in the nature, in the universe is not in your hand. So just accept it. And as soon as you accept, you are the hero, meaning the mind is not working over you. You are mastering, you are the master over your mind. So acceptance, active happening the way it is. Whichever way it happens, just accept it and move on. True identity versus mirage. Mirage, everybody knows, illusion. And those of you who still don't know mirage, when you travel to the high heat area or in a desert, from a distance it will look like that there is water, but there's no water because of the principles of refraction and reflection. And you continue going closer and closer to the water, water will go farther and farther. One of the simplest examples, I think all of you happen to be married or having that marriage experience, or you know something about it. How often we have said that as soon as I find a beautiful wife, a nice, helpful partner, I will be happy. And the same way wife thinks that if I find, they even use the word soulmate. Soul has nothing to do with mating, understand? So as soon as a girl thinks that if I find tall, dark, handsome, I will be happy. Then, moment they're married, then they will say, within short time, as soon as I become mother, I'll be happy. Then, as soon as my child goes to the school, I'll be happy. When my child goes to Harvard, I will be happy. As soon as he says, but now with the age, if he gets married, I'll be happy. So is it not a mirage? When you were young, you wanted to get yourself engaged and move on with the marriage. And then after, when the time comes closer, your child gets married, then you want grandchildren to be there. Then you want your grandchildren, the same process. And by the time you reach somewhere in the middle, Hari Om happens. So understand the mirage. I'm not saying renounce everything and go, but observe, do not get hooked up to. Cause of the mirage is mind. Mind to no mind state and then beyond. So what is meditation? What is yoga? That recognize the mind. So first thing is mind. Two, no mind state. Silence the mind. And then let the silence reveal and take you beyond the mind. Cognitive, reactive, past and future. Cognitive mind, study all these characteristics. Reactive mind, what is past and what is future. Reactivity comes from the past impressions and vasanas. What is reactivity? Let me just see one or two slides and then I will take you to. Okay, I will leave it here. So understand what is reactivity. Certain things you like and certain things you dislike. What do you mean by you like? Say, for example, if you happen to be coming from southern India, your family has been used to eating southern Indian food of idli, dosa, sambar. And the sambar has a unique taste that has been developed in your mind, that has been gone through your tongue. But how do you say the sambar doesn't taste good? What do you mean by doesn't taste good? Because you start comparing. Comparing to what? the standard that you have developed. What standard you have developed from your past experience. So really speaking, that samba that you said is not good to your standard. But that's not bad. Your next door neighbor may be eating similar one. Who are you to judge that that's not per standard, that's not right? And that's what happened our entire life. You got up at 6:15, then your roommate say, no, you should have gotten it at 6 o'clock. And if you would have gotten at 6 o'clock, he or she may say, are you kidding? You don't sleep and don't let me sleep. So no matter which way you go, the mind reactivity depends upon your past experiences. But just think that you go to a stage, take your mind to that there is no past. So there's nothing to compare to. Understand? And what is that state? State of silence. Think about it, all this thing. And the way you have to develop your mind is to first study the mind. Why does my mind become reactive? Why does my mind have some opinion? And we all decide, don't give me any opinion. Opinionated mind is a disturbed mind. And the reason you give opinion, understand even further, it tells you that you are right and the other person is wrong. That's why you are suggesting him or her to do something different. So all these things are so much needed. And if you folks would like, we can go into the detail as to how to become master over this different characteristic of the mind. What is vikshepa? What is disturbance? What is the ripple? Why do we get headache? Why don't we accept? And sometimes, and when I say nothing is enough, and whatever that happens, we don't accept. Now I remember I had a friend of mine, 90 years old. He was a voracious reader. He loved to read. So what happened, one day I went and I says, you know, I'm taking too long a time to read this book. I should have finished yesterday. And I feel like saying you're now 90 years old. You do not have to go to a job. You have no boss to set your schedule, or you have to worry about the efficiency. Whether you finish that book in 1 day or 10 days, does it make difference? And then he understood what I'm saying. So to finish up the book sooner, who told him? Mind. And that was imposing upon him stress. So at that time, he had headache. So what's the book giving you headache? One has to think. It wasn't the book. Was it the schedule which was giving him headache? You may say yes, but who made the schedule? So who was giving him headache? Himself. But your mind will not say so. Mind will say, no, you should be more efficient. What the word should be means what? He is not efficient. But how would you say, how would you define efficiency? So dear friend, sometimes you think and contemplate. Someday we'll keep an open session where everybody participates and you talk and we'll talk. But right now, I'm just giving you the background. Keep your questions ready, handy, And I would even suggest that you can send your question to me so I can group the discussion properly. No book on meditation will tell you all about it. I'm not saying, but most people, they don't. They talk something different. But here, this is so simple language. What does it do and what we need to do? Now, the lot of people, almost all of us, are interested in the chakras. Okay, meditation on chakras. We'll practice this, and before that, let me briskly share with you what chakras are, where they are located, what color plays the role, what is the frequencies, um, what is the wavelength, and those kind of stuff. Why different colors at different places are associated. So let me take you there, and thereafter we'll get into the practice. All right, now. Understand this little slide. You have heard many times some security cameras and whatnot. They said they use infrared rays. So you don't see the rays, but that is used to detect some movement. All right. And thereafter, what happens that this is the Vibgyor frequencies. Vibgyor, like natural arrangement of the color. So red to orange to yellow to green to light blue to turquoise, blue, and then purple. So these are the colors, and you will see on our chakras also, the bottommost or Muladhara chakra has dark red color. Then the next chakra higher up is Swadhisthana, that has orange color. Next chakra up is Manipur, which has yellow color. Next chakra up is Anahat, which is green in color. So these colors have a special significance. And then Vishuddhi had this violet color. And not exactly the same, but in this range, and depending upon how you are evolving, how your frequency will change, how your wavelength will change, how your mentality will change, how your thinking will change. This is how the evolution takes place. So let me take you to the next slide. I will not spend much time on it, but these are the brain waves, how the waves happen, how many cycles per second. Okay? Now, normally all of us are in the beta zone. That is, we have 12 to 30 cycles per second. And what do you mean by cycle? This up and down is a cycle. And so 12 to 30 in 1 second by the time you blink your eyes. But then if you're meditating and you're calming your mind down, you can get into alpha state. Alpha state is a very good step, day-to-day basis, that you will be a lot more creative. Some authenticity will come into picture, and whatever you do will be efficient and the quality will be excellent. Then you go further to the next, you still calm your mind down, 4 to 7 cycles per second, and that is theta state. You can say almost over here, one goes to sleep. And when you go to sleep, the problem will be you will not be aware, because your dream state, you don't know what you are dreaming. But if you are a yogi and you are calming down, this state and the delta state, yogi will be fully conscious, meaning they know what they are doing, they know what is going on. All right. So they are no more dreaming. So these are the meditative state. This is very rare, this delta state, but that next time we talk about, remind me to talk on the delta state and I will explain to you. Now here, just to explain to you, let that go. Okay, so you to understand, except Muladhara and Agna Chakra, rest are all these chakras are along the center of the spine. Okay, Muladhara is in your perineal region, and Agna Chakra is in the middle of the brain. So now understand that this is Muladhara Chakra, the symbol, and we'll talk about it some other time. So it has a 4 petals and red in color. The next thing, when you go to Swadhisthana, see where the Swadhisthana is at the end of the tailbone. Okay, so this Muladhara came back, and now Swadhisthana. Oh, okay, next slide then. All right, so, oops. Pardon me, let me show you again. Okay, so this is Swadhisthana that is orange in color and has 6 petals. Then you go to Manipur. These are all beautiful animation done by Shubhangi. So this is Manipur. Understand that how many petals? Can you count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 petals. And each one of them has some significance. Let us not get into Kundalini Yoga right now. And the Bij mantra is Ram. All right, then we go to, let me come back. Manipur is coming back. Now goes Anahat. Anahat is going up to show us how many petals, 12 petals and green in color. And see, green in color, turquoise blue. And this, the Bij mantra is Yam. So the white 6-angle triangle and the deer, those we'll talk some other time right now. And this one, let me bring it back to its place. Okay, now we go to Vishuddhi. So Vishuddhi has, oops, Vishuddhi has 16 petals and purple or bluish color. And then finally, Agna Chakra, which has 2 petals. Why 2 petals right now? Do not look into it. And the Bij mantra is Om, the way it appears in the center. All right, let's move on to this few places. It may appear I'm a little bit rushing because this is a couple months old course. Subconscious, deeper yoga nidra. First of all, conscious vasana, Consciousness, subconsciousness, and unconsciousness. Those are the different stages uh, not to get lost into all those so-called fancy words, but conscious means you are conscious of, you are aware of, you see it in front of you, everything that is conscious. Then there are certain things which are at subconscious level, meaning long ago you might have heard that at the time of funeral, people wear either white clothes or the black clothes. So in your mind, black color is bad, red color is good. All right. Now, this is way back inside, even since you were a child. So it is at the deeper level that allows you to make the decision. So you are conscious, but it's not apparent. It's not right on the surface. And then unconscious state, it is so deep that perhaps even at the time of your birth or even before birth, say for example, if your parents were not getting along good and they were having differences of opinion and different habits and whatnot. So those get entered into you, and it is at so unconscious level that you even yourself don't know why you are so angry, why you are not fitting into the society. But that is where sometimes a true yogi or yoga master knows, and he will take you into deeper state. So really speaking, conscious mind to subconscious mind to unconscious mind, this is how the meditation need to progress. And very briefly speaking, conscious mind, if you avoid all the conscious activity, what are those? First of all, listening to the news, listening to radios. I'm not saying all radios are bad radio stations, but listening to news, it disturbs your current time, your today. And for example, I remember I was long ago invited to Richmond, Virginia, to a group of people to teach the same subject, meditation. And we had to come the next day, one Saturday and Sunday. So for Sunday, I was asking them, what time shall we begin, 7:30 or 8 o'clock? So people said, oh, 8 o'clock, there's going to be rain. And I said, so they have not only they know the current weather, they also know the future weather. And for example, whether it rains or not, and it's drizzling, so to say, from home, you go to your garage, you don't need umbrella or the raincoat. You are inside the car, you go, and you go into the big hall parking lot, which is underground. And from there, you get into an elevator and come to the hall. Now, you tell me, where did the rain bother you? So this is conscious vasanas. Vasanas, the impression that you have that dictates either the disturbance or the peace of mind. Why do we need this? And those of you who are interested in meditation, I will highly recommend, do not get into the news, either on the TV or the social shows that will disturb you. So don't expect on one side, keep on spending more and more money. And on the other side, you do 2 jobs and 3 jobs to meet your budget. Okay. I'm bringing finance into pictures so it's easier to understand. On one side, you keep on disturbing your mind, and on the other side says, Sanadi, teach me meditation. Oh, meditation is good. I'm diabetic, I'm this, I'm that. But you invite all this problem. Why? Why you first become diabetic and then you take the pill or the insulin? But as soon as you calm your mind down genuinely, as soon as you take care of all the agitative disturbances, as soon as your mind accepts that things are so beautiful, then complaining attitude, your diabetes will go in no time. But we all are used to going from one doctor to the other to take insulin and this pill and that medicine and that medicine. And somebody may say, oh, I'm taking Ayurvedic, I'm taking homeopathic. Homeopathic is good than Ayurvedic, and Ayurvedic is good than allopathic, and blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying it. These are the people's reaction. Why don't you look at the fundamental? And mind you, meditation is not only for this. This will take place on its own. This is just a 5% benefit. 95% benefit is you feel such a joy at your heart. You feel the life is so beautiful. All right. We'll stop here and we'll have a practice. In that practice, I will take you through the chakras. And then when we reach to the Agna chakra, we'll just observe the silence until you hear me saying Shantipat Om Purnamada. So bear with me, dear friends, and let us begin. If you have questions, don't ask me now, and not even after the class. But if you have, send me an email. I'll be happy to answer and incorporate into the next session. Kindly take nice, comfortable sitting position. And that position should be already discussed in the first session. And even if you feel uncomfortable sitting in a cross-legged position, you can even sit on chair. But please do not lie. If you will lie down, you may fall asleep when you think you are meditating. All right. Let's begin. Sit in a comfortable position. Put both the palms in your lap. Right palm down, left palm up, and both the thumbs delicately touching each other. Delicate. Enjoy your position. Either pranayam or meditation, when you start doing it, make sure you relax the body. So you will relax the body with 5 breaths in through the nose and 5 breaths out through the nose and out through the lips. Then you do the same similar 5 breaths, but with mental chanting of Om. And thereafter, we'll take today just 3 breath cycle. But at home, you better do 5 or 10. And you will understand what I mean by cycle. At each of the chakras, that's the number of breaths you take. All right. So make sure your neck and spine is vertical. Breathe in through nose. Please work with me. Just do not listen. And breathe out through the center of the lips. Go nice and easy. In through nose. And out through the center of the lips. in through nose, out through the center of the lips. Take your time. Breathe in and breathe out with Om that will calm your mind down. Breathe in Om. Gentle breathing in Om. Breathe in Om. Now, even though we did discuss all the chakras, but today I'll be taking you through a pattern of meditation. We'll begin with Muladhara Chakra. Even though both the hands are in your lap, but just think that your middle fingers are touching each other. Both the palms are on your belly, and middle fingers are resting at the belly button. You do not have to do it, just think that's where they are. Now breathe in. Think of a 10 petal yellow flowers, and you will be chanting Ram. So breathe in, Ram. Breathe in, Ram. Breathe in, Ram. And just feel Manipur chakra to be rotating in a clockwise direction. Now, just think, do not physically do it. Think that you are sliding your middle finger at your heart, Anahat chakra. And the chakra is moving in a counterclockwise movement. And the beach mantra is Yam. So, and it is green color with 12 petals. Breathe in, Yam. Breathe in, Yam. Breathe in, Yam. Now slowly and gracefully think that you are sliding your middle finger at your throat level. Again, you are not doing it, just feeling it. Breathe in, and you will be chanting hum. And now it is moving clockwise. Breathe in, hum. Breathe in, hum. Breathe in, hum. Slowly slide your middle finger at the center between the eyebrows of the nakshatra. We'll be chanting Om. Breathe in. Om. Breathe in. Om. Breathe in. Om. Now you think you're spreading your arms. Think your upper arms at 15 degrees to the horizon and upper forearms at 45 degrees to horizon. Fingers are left outside, hanging nice and easy. And you're still aware of the Agna Chakra. So let's chant Om 3 times. Breathe in. Om. Breathe in. Om. Breathe in. Om. You may remain in this position as long as you can. And if your hands get tired, you can bring them back in your lap. And if you can get a beautiful silver aura around your head, just enjoy it and enjoy the silence. No more activity, just enjoy the silence. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamabhaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om.